siamo allo scontro contro Luis. Come andrà a finire non lo so. Io ipotizzo che non avremo una conclusione degli eventi qua, per ovvie ragioni. Mi domando però effettivamente come andrà a concludersi il combattimento, cosa sta a succedere. Ci sconfigge, dovremmo scappare? Riusciamo noi a sconfiggere, lui andrà a scappare? Riusciremo in questo momento qua a fargli consumare abbastanza magia da poter liberare il principe dalla sua maledizione? Perché ci hanno detto che se non ha abbastanza magia, Luis potrebbe lasciare la maledizione tecnicamente. Ci sono molte strade che potremmo intraprendere adesso. E tra l'altro, se siete arrabbiati con me perché la scorsa volta ho fatto aspettare, sappiate che io non registrerò 2 giorni. Quindi anch'io ho aspettato tanto quanto voi, se non di più, per giocare questo combattimento qua. Sono troppo curioso, quindi iniziamo. Il team che ci porteremo in combattimento sarà questo. Preferirei portare Yufa, ma Yufa ha già consumato un sacco di risorse e non è full vita ora come ora, quindi forse è meglio lasciarla da parte per adesso. E portiamo Giuna, perché Esme potremo fare delle cose importanti con lui, però non gli ho ancora fatto sbloccare il nuovo archetipo e tutto, quindi per adesso lo teniamo nelle retrovie. Pronti? Pure il team corretto, spero di sì.
Go ahead, have at me. An attempt on the life of Louis Squeerburn is a folly most cannot afford.
Neanche uno come lui si riesce a combattere senza problemi dopo essere stato colpito da quella lancia.
We've come this far. Let's fight with all we have, Captain.
Ucciditi la missione, la tua carriera da despota termina qui.
Luis, I will make an end of you here. I should expect no less by a duel's code. So be it. Allow me to even the score.
This is our mission.
È metà vita.
Just done.
Luis Guiabern. Non so che cazzo sia quella spada, ma aspettavo onestamente utilizzasse la lancia a un certo punto e la rubasse. Però va bene anche così. Allora, cosa potrebbe essere debole Luis? Dubito che sia debole a qualsiasi cosa. Quindi colpiamo con qualcosa random e speriamo che non ce lo rifletta contro e esplodiamo. Ok, neutrale al fuoco, questo è già buona come informazione. Possiamo adesso fare un matarucaggio per aumentare l'attacco di tutti. E poi fare anche con Hulkenberg un altro aumento del danno per fare più 3 di attacco, che non sarebbe male. Potremmo ovviamente fare anche altro, però secondo me ci starebbe. Secondo me sì. Aumentiamo l'attacco. No, aspetta, vai in retrovie così sei pure un po' più protetta nel caso. E poi possiamo pensare anche al resto. Ok, attacco aumentato. Ora sono tutti con un bel po' d'attacco. Stroll addirittura ha 2 d'attacco in più. Ok, lui è qua per fare danni e nient'altro. Facciamo... non c'ha però il taglio pesante. Non c'ha il taglio pesante in questa situazione qua. Non gliel'ho più ridato perché mi sembrava quest'altra roba per l'ultimo dungeon. Fuck, vabbè. Uso lama al galvanizzante sperando che sia debole all'elettro. Spero. Ok, 710. Probabilmente se avessi avuto un attacco fisico sarebbe stato meglio. Però lì è fisico. Non lo so, non importa. Ok, ora te, Hulkenberg. Formazioni vigorose, portiamo tutti a 3 d'attacco? Potrebbe starci. Vai, sì, si fa. Si fa perché tanto è il momento per farlo. Poi, prossimi turni siamo liberi di fare quello che vogliamo almeno. Ok, grido dell'anima, si guadagna un sacco di conea gratis, va a cagare. Sembra un po' bullshit come cosa, ma va bene. Ok, resistente, buono. Potreste anche mancare qualcuno idealmente? Attacca difesa diminuiti di molto. Di quanto li ha abbassati? 2, quindi adesso lei è molto fragile. Non credo sia troppo un problema perché possiamo comunque cercare adesso di fargli danni o comunque focussare i danni sopra Hulkenberg e tankare con lei. Mentre te invece puoi fare un forte del gelo, che dovrebbe pure causargli debolezza al gelo la prossima volta. Così possiamo fare un attacco a cui è debole dopo con... Ok, Meuwibo. Va bene. Stroll, dammi un bel... che cacchio, non c'ho taglio pesante. Perché non c'ho taglio pesante? Ho taglio gigante, ma è taglio fa danno meglio. Vorrei qualcosa di più potente. Potrei ovviamente utilizzare anche questo. Infligge danni fisici estremi all'attacco tagliente a un nemico. Potrebbe starci, però vorrei comunque anche tankare con Hulkenberg. Quindi in realtà non posso come ora. Lo so che ci sono le sintesi, però ti serve il turno con Hulkenberg. Che cazzo devo fare? Lama galvanizzante comunque fa buoni danni. Continuiamo a utilizzare questa qua. 700, buono. E te adesso Hulkenberg, nome del cavaliere, attira gli attacchi su te stessa e tanka un pochino. Vai. Ora, cosa mi fa? Probabilmente fa un altro ruolo dell'anima per avere più turni. Bastardo, va bene, classico. Attacco sempre su di me. Aia, perché? Dovresti star mirando Hulkenberg. C'ha l'abilità per attirare gli attacchi. Ha attaccato sempre me. E cazzo dice l'abilità lì se non funziona neanche allora? Ma che cazzo? Ora come ora è debole al ghiaccio, quindi gli faccio un bel colpo qui debole al ghiaccio. Poi cureremo Meuwibo un altro metodo. Probabilmente lo facciamo con lei perché c'ha l'attacco diminuito. Potrebbe starci. Però potrei anche causargli un'altra debolezza di nuovo con forte del gelo. Non è brutta neanche lì come opzione onestamente. Potremmo farlo. Ok. Debolezza al ghiaccio sviluppata. Lama galvanizzata e fa ancora danni. Credo ce la facciamo tranquillamente qua durante il combattimento. Te Hulkenberg, non so che cazzo fai con te. Utilizziamo il turno per curare? Potremmo anche attaccare, però non è fondamentale. Cioè vorrei tenere in vita il protagonista. Ridiamogli 300 punti vita, così almeno può continuare tranquillamente a fare roba. Ok. Blizza, quanto gli faccio? Ok, 1000. Potremmo adesso uccidere. Potremmo adesso sconfiggere. Penso con un altro forte del gelo. Come on! Come on! Hell yeah! Ok. C'è altro?
I underestimated you.
Per adesso non sembra ci sia altro direttamente. Lo facciamo scappare, quindi?
Not bad, if I say so myself.
Ah. Ah. Interessante, bello, Un po' di punticini per noi. Grazie. Mi serve chiaramente magia perché ne ho poca, grazie mille. What the fuck? Cioè, abbiamo livellato ogni cosa. Quanti punti esperienza ha dato? Cutscene. Cutscene.
Lord Luis, do not interfere. Oh. You falter even now. Not enough, I'm afraid. Lord Luis! A fine blow. You've surprised me. But why? Why are you so intent on killing me?
You of all people should know the answer.
I see now. You were the intruders looking for the formula, I take it. And yet, you have achieved nothing.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Did we do it?
Non credo.
At long last, 'tis done. We have brought him to justice. The great, untouchable traitor, Luis Guillaburn, is dead.
Apologies. Things fell apart at the end, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Even so, the outcome is the same. We could not have triumphed without everyone here.
Wait! It's good that we got him and all, but the lance... yes! It went down with him!
This looks dire. He's fallen in the middle of the stage.
If Forden spies Luis's body run through with the lance, he'll realize its power in an instant.
Even should we save the prince, we'll regret it if Forden ends up with the lance. Yufa, can you call it up?
No, too late for that. It's already in the middle of the crowd. If we call it up and take it with no explanation, everyone will think us thieves.
Then what do you propose?
First, we need to establish that the lance is ours. Our offering for the ceremony. We'll have to take the stage and announce that ourselves.
Please wait. Do we reveal that we are the ones who slew Luis? Can we afford to declare that openly? We'd be telling your supporters you deceived them and your master both.
She's right! The audience has no idea what's going on! We'll just look like the bad guys.
It's okay. We set out to kill Luis, and the deed is done. Our only failure is in the spectacle we made of it. For now, we need to think of a way to get the audience to see our side.
You want to win their sympathy? What are you even planning to say?
Sta, che cazzo di piano di merda è? Ah, non voglio sembrare un ladro, quindi è meglio essere un assassino. Che cazzo stai dicendo?
I don't know, but we have to get on stage, now. If we don't explain ourselves
Che problema
fast,
è?
we'll get a chance to.
Wait a minute! Hey!
Che problema? Ok, va bene, sure. Capisco che gira la situazione a nostro favore, però what the fuck?
I know that face. Was that Louise? Someone go and see to him. Is he truly dead?
Allow me.
Lord Louise, no. He's dead. He's gone.
Lui è quello che si era Luis.
Your Eminence, this was found off-stage. Judging by his wounds, this must have been the murder weapon.
The lance. Is this the divine relic he sent his subordinates after?
His eyes are sightless. His heart beats no more. The man is dead, without question.
You're absolutely certain?
I checked him thrice over. There can be no more doubt.
Louise, dead? And that can only mean this lance can pierce the barrier of the king's magic.
I apologize for the grotesque display interrupting tonight's performance. We are tardy in arrival, but the lance you hold is our offering to the ceremony.
What? You claim this lance? You mean to say you were the ones who did the deed?
Proprio così.
Yes. It is as you say.
God above! How do you justify this?
Years ago, Luis ordered my hometown destroyed. Hulkenberg, our ally before you, was herself a royal guard in service to his late highness. Even the songstress, Juna, aided us on several occasions. Above all else, we are a group who came together to try Luis for his crimes, traitor and kingslayer both. And to do that, we had to enter his company. We took no joy in disguising our true intentions, not from your eminence, nor the people. But today, finally, we have seen justice done. Luis has paid for his sins. And at last, at long last, my parents can rest in peace.
I had not realized you were such an actor. Or do you truly weep?
It's just hitting me now. We finally won.
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please.
That explains why the songstress was so often with Luis, as well as these brave misfits.
I understand. It all makes sense now. I had wondered why a member of the Prince's own guard would fall in with Luis. You have done well to execute the rebel. I'm sure that His late Majesty and His Highness must be pleased. And of course, the Sanctus Church recognizes your divine relic. Now we shall greet tomorrow's festivities with fresh peace in our hearts.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
You must be the Lady Hulkenberg. The day His Highness was attacked, I heard you fought harder than any other. Your blade even struck the back of the blackguard who did it. Of all his defenders, you came closest to avenging the prince. But where you faltered then, you triumphed today. In form and heart, you are a true knight. Is something the matter?
Oh, no. You honor me greatly, Your Eminence.
Now, this lance. The Sanctus Church will confiscate it for now. A lance capable of killing the tournament's candidates would only sow panic and chaos.
Yes. As you wish. We brought it as an offering anyway.
Indeed. You may step down now.
Okay.
Think you can just walk away, do ya? You owe us a moment or three.
5! Perché uno è anche morto, saremmo stati altrimenti. Ho finalmente sconfitto il nemico giurato Luis. Ciò dovrebbe spezzare la maledizione del principe. Allora, potrebbe essere morto davvero. Adesso viviamo con le conseguenze di quello che succede. Ovviamente è sopravvissuto e sta facendo finta e c'è un altro piano ancora.
So you lot were working against us from the start. And you right along with them, Lady Juna.
What was your motive? Why did you kill Lord Luis?
If this was truly a matter of justice and not simply petty revenge, then we owe it to them to explain why we have taken their guiding force. They deserve that much. Captain, do you not agree?
All right. It's time for the truth.
I am sorry if I'm overstepping my mark. I know I'm but the latest to become your ally, but...
No, you speak the truth. We have sought to save the rightful heir to the throne. To break the curse afflicting His Highness the Prince.
What's that? The prince? He's dead, mate. Wait, he is dead, isn't he?
He's dead, all right. You lot will need a better story than that if you don't want to get cut open where you stand.
He had to be declared dead in order to protect him. Though he lives, he is bedridden, cursed by magic.
And the only way left to undo that curse was to kill Luis. Those of us who wanted the prince restored formed a secret faction. And I was a spy in its service, trying to find out if we had any option beyond murder.
I cannot expect you to understand all this immediately. However...
You did this for the prince! His father, the king, was a coward! Puppet to Forden! It was because of him that this country rotted from the inside. And for his son! For his bloody, useless corpse of a son! What made you think his life was worth more than Count Luis?
Worth more? I thought you two hated when people tell you any life weighs more than another.
I myself have never met His Highness, nor do I know what sort of person he is. But I want to see the future these people believe in.
Despite our many differences of tribe and status, we still banded together. Through them, I saw the possibility of a world united.
Besides, when Luis talked about burning down my island, I thought I saw the shock and despair on your faces too.
Look, you two. Was Luis really a master worth your trust? I think it's worth listening to your hearts now. Even the doubts. I know we'd be happy to have you.
Hold a moment. These two were Luis's right-hand men. I would advise against this.
No, their hearts are as loyal as any of ours. They but served another master.
Lady Juna. I guess you really were watching out for us. More than we ever knew. I couldn't protect Basilio when it mattered most. They put him through so much for their sudden igniter experiments, and now protecting him's all I've got.
Del.
Maybe it is time to step back. Get away from this bloody business. I guess this was all it took. Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for, but I suppose it was the kind that doesn't feel right after you wake. So, we're drifters now. Maybe we'll open up that restaurant after all, eh? We'll see you around, Lady Juna.
Look, I'm not the smart one, you lot know that, so I don't know whether to punch you or thank you. I've never been this confused in all my life. Damn it, I just don't get it. Damn it. Oh, Del, wait! Don't you wander off like that. You mean all that about the restaurant, yeah?
Never could say what you were feeling. I'm sorry this was all I could do.
Ah, Captain, let us tarry no more. We must check His Highness's condition.
Yes, you're right! That should have lifted the curse! What's going on? The cursed thorns haven't disappeared.
But the caster is dead. Forden and his guard were sure to check Luis's body.
Calm down, everyone. We don't want to yell about this in public. Let's go back to the inn for now.
Tra l'altro, se muore dovrebbe scomparire la sua faccia dalla pietra del re, no? Logicamente. Non credo che possa esserci la faccia di un morto sopra la faccia del re. Quindi, se c'è ancora lì, è probabilmente ancora vivo. Probabilmente è ancora vivo, è quello che mi aspettavo, però.
His Highness still suffers under the curse. But Luis is dead. I cannot fathom it.
Maybe we killed a fake. Like his body double. Or something. No. There's no way that wasn't Luis. We couldn't fight him in person and still be mistaken.
And Luis would have nothing to gain from faking his death, surely. After all, it put the lance in Forden's hands.
Knowing all that, might the curse have been cast by someone else entirely?
But that would mean... we killed an innocent person, wouldn't it?
Innocente parolone.
There's no innocent. He destroyed my home. He murdered the king. And...
True enough, old boy. But that's not why we were out to kill the chap, eh?
He said it himself. That killing him accomplished nothing. Was it really true?
Yet he had the formula for the curse in his possession. Surely that marks his guilt?
Even so, there remains a modicum of doubt in the matter. Perhaps Luis was researching the curse for another reason. If he was framed, it is possible he aimed to clear his name.
Nel vedere la formula, Rella effettivamente ha detto è solo una bozza scritta a memoria. Dunque, più che una formula è la prova che stesse cercando di dimostrare la sua innocenza.
But if it wasn't Luis, who else could have...
That night, His Highness the Prince was already fleeing when I arrived at the scene. I encountered the assailant as I sought to protect His Highness. I pursued and slashed across their back.
Right. I remember Forden mentioned something about that. Is there anything else you can remember?
Fie! No, I can recall nothing else. No other clues. Yet... no. 'Tis odd. I believe this is the first time I have recounted the particulars to anyone. I told the investigators only that I failed to capture the culprit. The shame of my failure kept me silent on the rest.
What? But just earlier, Forden said...
Ah, era Forden a mettere la maledizione.
He told a story that none but the culprit could attest to. How does Forden know?
Cioè, Forden e tutto questo?
Could Forden be the one behind all of this?
I have no evidence to say otherwise.
You do realize he's the sanctifex of the entire Dashed Sanctus Church?
Nay, but that does not make it impossible. It wasn't long after the prince's passing that His Majesty named Sanctism the state religion. If not for the matter concerning the king's magic, Forden's claim to the throne would have been unshakable.
Sounds like motive enough to want the prince gone.
We have to find out, even if it's remotely possible. Let's question Forden in person at the main festival tomorrow.
We'll need that divine lance back, too. It's not something we want in Forden's hands, especially now.
Hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister. She's bound to be somewhere in the city for the Saints' Day festivities.
Non mi trovo comunque che lui sia morto, perché era un po' semplice il combattimento. Sarebbe strano vedere il combattimento con Luis così semplice.
Sister, I should explain. All that fuss today was... well...
Is it safe for you to come to such a public place?
What? No, it's fine. It's not like we caused a riot or anything. We even explained ourselves to Forden's satisfaction. Actually...
That's not what I meant. You're the songstress, remember?
Ah, yes. Suppose you're right.
I know we talked before about the loophole in the King's protective magic, but I never thought you would be the one to strike Luis down. And that lance you presented, I take it that's why you went to Virga Island.
We didn't mean for it to be such a spectacle. It didn't exactly go according to plan, but at least we kept a tyrant off the throne.
And that's why I was wondering if I could ask you something. About Sanctifex Forden. What kind of man he really is.
Because, well, now that Luis is out of the picture, we know who's got the best chance. A man as powerful as him, well, you know how it is. You hear all kinds of nasty rumors swirling about. I'm just wondering if there's any truth to them.
Tuna, are you seriously trying to dig up dirt on Sanctifex Forden? On Saint's Day of all days?
Oh, loosen up a bit. You can't deny that people talk, and God knows they always have. Especially about the night of the attack. Asking how anyone could sneak into the castle, let alone get to the prince. Whether some official ordered the assassination. Remember when those rumors started? Father was on edge for days. I remember even when I hadn't said anything, he'd scold me and send me away. I don't suppose you ever heard if there was any truth to that. Sorry. I don't mean to dance around it, so it's just not an easy thing to ask about. I was talking with one of our allies, Hulkenberg. She said Forden mentioned something he couldn't have known, unless he was actually there, the night of the attack. Unlikely as it is, if it turns out Forden was involved, she won't suffer him being crowned. She'll be out for vengeance. And you're the eldest daughter of House Cygnus, a Sanctist family. The people would see you as an accomplice to a man who had a hand in killing the royals. I couldn't bear to let that happen. You don't deserve that. I need to know the truth.
Then, suppose His Eminence Forden were guilty of such sin. What would you do with him? With the Sanctist Church?
What do you mean?
Well, I was but a girl of only 12 years. I knew nothing about the inner workings of the crown theocracy.
Sister? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine. If a tad overworked. All these new developments and tragic events. I'm just run a little ragged, that's all.
Sister.
I'll be fine. Really. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. If I am to be the people's saint, I must be strong enough to play the part. Maybe I'll hold off on the harder drinks today, just to be safe. It's been a long time since we could spend some simple time together like this. It's like we're just two sisters visiting Montario for the holiday. I'll see you again soon.
Hanno un lucchetto alla lingua per caso? Sembra che Giuna non sia riuscita a ottenere alcun dettaglio da Rella. Se Rella non parla, allora l'unica scelta che abbiamo è carpire la verità a Forden a domani. Sono certa che hai molti pensieri per la testa, ma sarai anche stanco, no? Riposiamoci in vista di domani. Appunto, il motivo del perché penso che ancora Luis abbia da che fare nella storia per la spia probabilmente che c'ha lui in mezzo a Forden, e anche per il fatto che ho visto nei giochi di Atrox combattimenti epici, grandi, importanti, e anche se vogliono fare comunque la cosa del tipo ah ma in realtà Luis non è il vero cattivo, in realtà è Forden, che in patto sappiamo già, sono entrambi cattivi e basta. Comunque il combattimento lì per me non era soddisfacente. L'arena era figa, però il combattimento di per sé era nulla di speciale. E non funziona solamente così combattimenti importanti nei giochi di Atrox, quindi per questo sono ancora molto più a riguardo. Quello che potremmo adesso andare a fare è infiltrarci nella chiesa in qualche modo e rubare la vera e propria magia, la vera e propria maledizione e romperla in quel modo lì. Non so come, ma potremmo effettivamente fare una roba del genere. Comunque ci sta anche quella rivelazione lì del fatto che non è stato in realtà Luis a mettere maledizione sul principe, perché è sempre stato strano per me vedere Luis che mette maledizione sul principe ed è una persona a random mascherata e dici perché è random mascherato? Se volevamo farlo patente durante una cutscene e roba del genere l'avrebbero fatto più esagerato, più cattivo, più sfacciato da parte di Luis, però non è il modo con cui opera lui, quindi effettivamente ha senso che in realtà sia una macchinazione della chiesa, che sono molto più invece inclini a fare roba del genere, abbiamo visto con Brigitta e altre situazioni simili durante il gioco. Mi spiace proprio passare la lancia per Yufa. Mi domando come potremmo andarla a recuperare. Da adesso sto iniziando a immaginarmi se quest'era combattente con Luis, ipotizzando che non è il vero ultimo combattente con Luis, e vedremo fare qualcosa ancora a lui più avanti nel gioco. Come sarebbe un combattente fino a questo gioco qua? Andremo a combattere il dio con una raffigurazione strana del genere, un boss astratto? O vedremo cose differenti? Chi lo sa? Chi lo sa? Letto, dovrei andare a chiudere per oggi? Yes, riposiamo. Oggi un sacco di chiacchiere all'interno del gioco, eh. Per fortuna non ho dovuto neanche leggere niente, quindi mi sono anche pappinato. Let's go! E il principe è ancora lì. Giorno della fiamma. Non siamo neanche potuti andare in bagno. Oh, si è bloccata la telecamera! Oddio! Oddio, ferma la cutscene! No! No! No!
Now, let's get this year's Saints' Day Festival of Montario underway. We will begin with a few words from His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden.
Sono tornato.
Looks like Dracodios hasn't left his side.
Today is a day of great celebration. A day to offer up our thanks to God. But first, an announcement. Luis is dead. The royal family's murderer has been put to justice. Now much of the kingdom's trust lies with me. Even this king-defying lance is safe in my hands. I would not see further bloodshed in endless, futile conflict. Is it not past time for reconciliation and open dialogue as a newly forged nation?
He's talking as if the race is already over. What about deciding the winner?
All but a formality now, isn't it?
Cazzo è il doppiatore?
Has the overwhelming majority on his side. Better to establish peace now and crown Sanctifex Forden.
No. He would end the tournament here and now.
So he's just going to call the race while he's ahead? How convenient. But the throne's decided by the king, not this tournament.
Forden only had to abide by that when he had Luis to compete with. If he ends this while he's this far ahead, we won't be able to reverse it.
Oi! The game's not over yet, you cocky bastard! We only seek to submit to the will of the people. Though you would be wise to quit the race with all speed.
Forden for the throne! Then we will finally have peace!
Hail His Majesty Forden! Long live His Majesty Forden!
Damn him. The people already believe him the victor. Tournament won or no, his dominance will soon be unshakable.
Let's go. We reclaim the lance, now!
Now? Are you out of your mind?
If he's going to keep it...
Sto, che cazzo succede?
...to swap it out. We'll have to take it by force.
Sorry, che cazzo, non abbiamo scelta.
I have no choice.
If there really is no other way.
So you were after this lance all along? Loyalists indeed. How many more candidates must die by your hand?
His smuggler is horrific, distorted. It's sickening.
What did you? How dare you, you pagan wretch! You would steal this holy lance for your own vile ends. That alone is treason against the kingdom, you filthy assassins.
Assassins? Then we're in good company. That night, you were the one behind the attack on His Royal Highness. You framed Luis for your crime and banished him from the palace. Do you deny it?
Precisely the sort of baseless claims I'd expect from desperate sinners.
Baseless, is it? In that case, shall we produce proof of your treason?
You waste your breath. What do your words matter now? The royal family is gone. Luis is dead. Only I remain. And only I am fit for the throne.
You vile traitor!
You call His Eminence a traitor? Preposterous! He's incapable of such deeds!
Your Majesty Forden, punishment to the disloyal. Judge these ruffians with your divine lance!
Behold, the flock has spoken. Those who defy me are to be executed. Before you die, know that I am in your debt for killing Luis and handing me the crown.
Del, what the hell's going on? I thought the prince's curse was supposed to be off.
It's clearly not. The prince's assassination, the whole lot. It was all the Sanctists. It was all that bastard pulling the strings from the start. Wait, is that?
Oh shit, it's the boy!
Identify yourself.
Ovvio. Ovvio. Che cazzo vuol dire? È ovvio.
Who are you?
We're at a festival. Should we not be festive? I've come to meet you, Forden.
Luis? Impossible. How could you have survived? Not that it matters. It falls to me to finish the job, then. Coming here sealed your fate. Hell awaits, and this time I'll make sure you stay there. Face your divine punishment, Luis! But why?
It appears your sins outweigh mine.
Gli ha dato la lancia finta?
What have you done?
That lance is counterfeit, just like you. This is the true lance.
You snake, Luis.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Kill Sanctifex Forden.
No. Impossible. Nothing to see here. The festival is cancelled. Cancelled.
Eh beh.
Del, Lord Luis is alive.
What's going on?
Good people! You have heard the truth with your own ears. Forden was the vile mastermind behind the prince's assassination. For casting his sins upon me, for seeking to usurp the throne, I have passed due judgment. A tainted Sanctifex is unfit to rule. What's the matter? You seem lost for words.
Bella frate?
You came back to life?
You believe me resurrected? Even if I could defy death, I care nothing for the prospect.
Then how? How are you alive? Forden's own attendant confirmed your death.
Forden's attendant? You mean that fellow?
No! Zorba?
Zorba? What? Huh?
Back at the Grand Cathedral, I ordered the dead to recover my body if the need arose.
I'd always intended for Forden to die by my hand. And the first step in his downfall was Zorba's infiltration.
Impossible. The lance pierced you through your very breastplate!
It did indeed. And frankly, I'm still impressed. Few could land such a decisive blow against me. But I'm afraid fate was on my side, not yours.
Mortal anatomy is my speciality. I knew at first glance that the wound was deep, but the heart was intact. Lord Luis is destined for far greater than this, so I devised a plan. I would proclaim his death and deceive both Forden and his flock. After that, it was simply a matter of magically regenerating his flesh overnight. Only a fool would expect him to die in such a place.
I could have emerged as soon as I'd healed. But where's the theater in that? Today is a day of celebration. The least I could do is offer a fitting death out of mercy.
Why do you have the real lance? Wasn't it supposed to have gone to Forden?
Wee bit slow on the uptake, eh? I just told you, I was present for the inspection. It was hardly a difficult task to swap out your counterfeit.
So you knew the truth of it? No. Have you always been ahead of us? Ever since the moment we thought Zorba dead?
A holy lance, a convincing prop. What does it matter? Had I truly died, it would simply indicate that I was never fit for my ambitions. Power is the only true arbiter. Behold the proof. Forden lies dead, and the lance is in my hand.
Classico cattivo di Atrus. Se fossi morto vorrebbe dire che non sarei stato all'altezza dei miei veri obiettivi. Quindi il fatto che sono vivo è il destino che mi tiene in vita e che ho ragione. Classico cattivo di Atrus.
You let us do as we pleased, even knowing the risks. You're insane!
Indulge me a question. You stole the magic formula from me. Surely you soon learned that it was useless. That's why you then resorted to killing the caster. You were desperate to lift the spell. Is that not so? In other words, the curse's victim still draws breath. For that reason, you sought to kill me even amidst this competition, even with the difficulty of the king's magic in your way. So, His Venerable Highness the Prince survived. Where is he? Speak or die.
Oh, fuck.
Please, spare us!
No! Stop! Leave them be!
How quickly the Sanctus break rank and flee. Their flock left to die. This is Sanctism.
No! Stop him!
Don't!
Out of the way!
What?
Why?
Go! Run!
Right. Come now.
Thank you. You protect them. Yet what value do they have to you?
It's not that! This is just wrong! It's wrong, me lords!
I see. So even you two faltered.
Dal! Dal!
Fidelio!
Hey! Wake up!
I get it now. Only fair thing in this world is power. With it, you can take whatever you want in this life. Or so I thought.
Tell.
But you know, if all the weak get left behind, who's left to protect them?
I've been an idiot. Sorry about that. Stop talking, Del. I see it, you know. Our little diner. Music in the air. It's grand. Look after Lady Juna. Huh? Hey. Del? Del!
Pitiful. See what brotherhood earned them.
Lord Louis. That's what it all comes down to for you, yeah? The strong are right, the weak are wrong. Doesn't matter what you were born into, there's fairness in that. We saw you as our hope. We thought that if you had a proper strong fella on top, he'd be able to put a stop to all the meaningless discrimination. But we had it wrong. You're no ray of hope. It doesn't matter to you. Killing anyone, it doesn't make you feel unclean. You're the kind of cold-blooded bastards we hate more than anything!
Do not concern yourself with this peon, Lord Louis. With my newfound power, I shall tear them limb from limb.
This way! Guards, hurry!
Step aside. You have important work to do.
Hey! Seize the criminals who murdered His Eminence!
We didn't do it, but we should probably still run. Basilio, come with us!
Shut up! What about Del? You saw what that bastard did to him!
I will not let you die in vain. Your brother didn't do this so you could get yourself killed. For now, please flee with us.
Shite!
Come, make haste.
Uno dei due fratelli moriva. Sapevamo già.
Welcome back. It went about as well as could be expected. We wanted something nicer for his grave, but they told us something like that's reserved for Sanctus tradition.
You can expect little else in Altabri. I apologize for not being present.
We've just gotten ourselves out of the public eye. If we had gone as a group, worst case, we'd have been turned in.
I wish we could have mourned him at his home. It had to happen in the lap of the Sanctus Church of all places. I hear the Parapists typically prefer a more joyful send-off, with singing and celebration.
It's all right. Us soldier kids could never afford to be too picky. Telling you he couldn't choose where to snuff it. The fact that you were there, Lady Juna, that's enough for us.
Basilio.
Best to leave him be for a while. He's just lost the only family he had.
By the way, have you checked the Farsight mirror? The curse might be...
Unfortunately, it still hasn't lifted. Guess that means it was someone other than Forden after all.
But Forden brazenly admitted that he had been the mastermind. Louis was innocent of that crime, at least.
Someone must have cast it at Forden's command. Unless we can find and kill them in time.
Il generale?
Damn it all!
We've more pressing problems at hand, don't we? Now Louis knows the prince is alive. Surely that's far from ideal.
The village
Rella con lavaggio del cervello?
not an easy place to find, even if you're looking. Going to the prince's side could be dangerous. So let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But even if we sought the real culprit, we no longer have any leads to follow.
If I might make a suggestion, perhaps we should visit my sister again. She may have some insight on the Sanctus Church's past, but that's tomorrow's concern. As for tonight, we could all use some time to rest our hearts and minds.
Oh, look at you, kid. You look near dead yourself.
Tell? What?
Seems you made it out in one piece, though.
Are you alive? But back there, you... Don't tell me you pulled some bloody trick. Just like Luis. Bloody hell, Del. I thought I...
Basilio, sorry. From here on, you're taking the lead.
But why? I can't without you. Del, I only made it this far because I followed you.
Don't give me that. You're the strong one. Me, I never knew where I was going. Basilio, protect the weak. Swear you'll do it, not for me, but for yourself. If you can do that, I'll always be with you.
Del...
Don't give me that look. Well, this one's goodbye for now. You ready? Let's hear it, Basilio. You fight. But why?
O Lodestar, ye grief-racked brother, O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
Not really a choice. It's back to the starting line. This time I'll lead. Ardell entrusted me with this chance. I've got to show him I've got this.
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. O Lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities are thy light. Awaken.
See you around, Del.
Thank goodness! You're finally awake! You were passed out! Don't scare me like that! Not that I can blame you. After all that's happened.
Sir Basilio, there's magla flowing through him. I think it's the same as our power.
It's you lot. From before.
They want to pay their respects for Fidelio.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Ardell. Funny, innit? Maybe this world's not so bad. Thanks.
Carina sta scena, molto bella. Perché non ci ho pensato prima? L'ho realizzato tante la cutscene quando ha risvegliato il suo archetipo. C'ha il berserker. Non me l'ha detto il gioco, ma c'ha il berserker. La mia domanda era appunto, chi dei due... Sapevo che i due fratelli moriva, me lo aspettavo come cosa. Poi la mia domanda era, chi dei due fratelli rimarrà? Inizialmente pensavo quello più basso, Fidelio, perché spesso nei giochi di Atlus c'hai un personaggio che è più piccolo rispetto agli altri. Tecnicamente qua abbiamo un Ice però è praticamente una mascotte, quindi dopo forse prenderemo un altro personaggio che è più basso, perché solitamente c'è nel team. Però no. Ha senso che prendiamo Basilio, perché Basilio c'ha l'ascia, nessuno utilizza ancora l'ascia, c'è la classe del berserker. Non ci ho pensato. Comunque, il forzuto lottatore legato a un giuramento fraterno era tuo alleato. Nice.
By God, what in the world is that, lads? It struck down Sanctifex Forden right before our eyes. That's supposed to be impossible.
And Luis made sure it was a bloody spectacle, before an audience even. The bastard is making sport of it.
We must devise a plan. Otherwise, even if Luis does not sway our supporters, they may lose faith in the church.
Before all else, we must choose a successor. But they need not share Forden's strength.
I have brought her here.
You requested an audience? Assembled lords?
Rella, we must ask your support. Let me be direct. We would like you to enter the tournament as a formal successor to His Eminence Sanctifex Forden.
This girl? She is your plan?
Have you gone mad? I reject this proposal. If anyone is to succeed His Eminence, it should be me, as his trusted right hand.
See sense. Strength alone means nothing. And without that, you have nothing worthy of the people's loyalty.
Rella, will you not speak? Surely you feel what they ask of you is beyond your station.
Well, that is...
You are wise beyond your years, Rella. Surely you understand. What the lost children need now is not a righteous avenger, but a refuge from their fears. The people would flock to a saint who dwells among her people. Already many would rejoice to see you rule as queen. Rella, will you answer their call?
This is all rather sudden.
Of course, you would have our full support. Naturally, we will make arrangements so that the tournament's next round turns in your favor.
Even so, I am unfit to be queen.
Allow me to clarify. This is not exactly a request. Would you rather have that tyrant Luis become king?
Well...
Hey, sounds like we've got big news. I just heard from the pack of Sanctists. I figured they'd shove someone up to take Forden's place. But where it is, it'll be Saint Rella. Gonna be an announcement tomorrow.
The mourning for Forden's barely started, and they're already lining up his successor. And Rella, at that. Going for popularity over power, it seems.
They're getting close. Though, thinking about it, maybe it's a smarter choice than it seems.
But, say Saint Rella wins against Luis, becomes proper queen and all gets to do what she wants. Doesn't that tidy this whole thing right up?
No! This can't be her own decision. Just the idea of being queen would put her stomach in knots.
The politicians must be trying to make her their puppet. Perhaps it was an order she could not refuse.
This isn't good. Probably not the best time to talk to her either.
But that's got to mean they're keeping the tournament going, right? Then they'll probably announce the next challenge once Rella's candidacy goes public.
Either way, I don't like it. This is all escalating too fast for my tastes. All the support Forden had campaigned for will likely just go straight to Rella with hardly a dent. If Luis and the Sanctus Church are trying to reclaim the status quo as the two pillars of government, that'll be a tough lead to shake, after all. Just lifting the curse isn't going to be enough to restore the prince to the throne.
Indeed. Luis versus Rella. Frontrunner and runner-up, with no ties to the royal family between them. Everyone will see plain that popularity has eclipsed royal right. His Highness himself will have to win this battle on the faith of the people, or his claim to the crown will never be acknowledged.
Besides which, Luis now knows that His Highness lives. His whereabouts have not been discovered, but the Kingslayer will take up the hunt.
So many obstacles. What do we do?
Dobbiamo fare in modo di accrescere il sostegno per il principe mentre continuiamo a cercare il vero responsabile della maledizione. Sarebbe il modo migliore di procedere.
Well, I know one way to keep a VIP protected. A classic tactic, really. The military does it all the time. We use a body double. You're supposed to be a dead ringer for the prince, yeah?
You mean he pretends to be the prince? That's absurd. You realize it's a capital offense to impersonate royalty.
Non è una cattiva idea, basta che non ci scoprano, decidete voi. Non è una cattiva idea, infatti ci ho sempre pensato. Non mi aspettavo che sarebbe concluso in questo modo qua e sarebbe presentato come opzione. Ho sempre detto, ah, sono simili comunque il protagonista e il principe. Ok, makes sense.
Do you not get how dangerous this is?
Adzel was right about you being mental. I think we could pull it off, though. The prince has been gone ages. Nobody's in a position to point out differences.
Wait, just think about this. He's elder. The royal family's Clamar and have been for generations. His appearance would be the least of our worries.
If I may. His Highness the Prince lacks the Clamar horns. Some rumors suggested 'twas not some miraculous feature of the prince alone, but a mark of elden blood. I've heard no confirmation either way myself, but at the very least, 'tis a tale any aristocrat is bound to have heard in passing.
In other words, with an elder claiming the prince's name and a known royal knight to vouchsafe him, we'd have enough plausibility to shake the nobles to their core.
Of course, all this means little, unless our double himself is willing. What say you?
Quindi la regina era un'elda? O chiunque fosse la madre del principe, non è detto che comunque fosse ufficialmente regina. Non posso tirarmi indietro ora. Io sono il principe!
I am the prince. Was that believable?
Even this doesn't get to you? Sometimes I worry about you.
Your resolve has been challenged many times over, and never have you strayed. I am humbled once more. I pledge my sword to this gambit.
Good. Then we declare ourselves tomorrow, where this announcement's going to take place. Seems like the optimal place to make sure we're heard.
Mi devo tingere i capelli o cosa?
Right then. Looks like I'll have to give the old girl a polish worthy of a prince. My cue as well. From here on, it's nose to the grindstone until my magnum opus is finished. Can't let the lad be the only one with his life on the line.
Can we talk?
Non abbiamo idea di cosa potrebbe accadere in una situazione come questa, quindi terminiamo i preparativi in città e pensiamo a domani. Ma ricorda che i monaci guerrieri ci tengono d'occhio. Finiamo di fare acquisti al ponte del cielo terzo e torniamo al trasfertore stasera. Quindi posso uscire fuori stasera? Tra l'altro. C'è il Basile adesso anche nel team, me lo include anche lui. Make sense. È successo un po' di roba oggi, eh? Episodio un po' pieno.